This is that ooey gooey mac and cheese, y'all, the best you've ever had. Plus, we're gonna make some chicken and gravy, some black eyed peas and collard greens, honey, some cornbread. And y'all already know I be loving some yellow rice. You're gonna love this Sunday dinner. Let's go ahead and get started. Now, I have 10 pieces of bone-in dark meat. Okay, dark meat is the best for this type of recipe. And I'm going to go in with 2 tablespoons of salt-free Cajun seasoning. This may seem like a lot of seasoning, but this is your garlic powder, your onion powder, your pepper, your herbs, all of that wrapped in the one. And I will leave the link to how I make this in the description box. I'm using 1 tablespoon of this chicken bouillon, and this is pretty much the only seasoning with salt that I'm going to be adding, and about 1 teaspoon of this chicken and poultry rub. Whatever seasonings you add, make sure that you don't use a lot that have salt in them. Now, I've had some people say they think that my food is over seasoned, but y'all, this is how I like it. So just season it to your taste. I don't think it's over seasoning, and the people that eat it love it. So just do it the way you like it, okay? Just take the concept. Now, once I have rubbed in all the seasoning, I am going to go in with what's going to become the gravy, which is this cream of chicken. Y'all, I love some chicken, cream of chicken, okay? It's so good. And this has a lot of sodium, which is why you basically saw me, I didn't use a lot of seasonings that had salt. I'm going to cover this all over the chicken, and then I'm going to go in with some unsalted butter, okay? I'm going to take about 3 tablespoons and just cut them up and put them over the chicken for that really good added butter flavor. Y'all know I'm from the South. Y'all know what it is, okay? Now, to add some additional flavor to the gravy, I have chopped up about 1 onion into cubes and 1 bell pepper, and I'm just going to sprinkle them over the top. I'm going to cover this and cook this for 1 hour at 375, okay? This is going to be some fall off the bone type chicken and gravy. Now, after 1 hour at 375, I'm going to uncover it and check on my chicken. Now, at this point, technically, the chicken is cooked, but I ain't trying to eat no pale chicken, and it's also not as tender as I want it to be. Okay, so I'm going to go in there and I am going to mix up all the onions and the peppers and tuck them into the gravy. And it's going to be really good. And then I'm going to cover it again and pop it back in the oven for another hour, okay, at 375. Once it is cooked for that additional hour, then you're going to want to get color on your meat, right? We don't want no pale chicken. So I'm going to uncover it and I'm going to let it cook uncovered for about 30 minutes to 35 minutes until it gets the color that you want. Now, while this has been cooking, I've been doing the other dishes, okay? First, I've been working on the mac and cheese. I put a tablespoon of chicken bouillon into the water, and y'all know I'm going to cook my noodles, and I'm going to be using these little fancy noodles today. I thought these were so cute. And I'm going to cook them according to the package instructions, all right? Then I'm going to drain them, and we are going to start working on this roux. You're going to see me do some things with this roux that you may not be used to. But look, I'm going to tell you like the old folks say. If you pay attention, you're going to learn you something, all right? Because I'm going to tell you right now, this mac and cheese was one of the best mac and cheeses I have done. Now, I've just toasted my flour in my butter, and I've added in about 2 cups of heavy cream. I'm stirring it constantly to avoid any lumps. And then I'm going to put in my favorite cheeses. I'm going to use some sharp cheddar cheese as well as some Colby cheese and some Munster. The Munster is going to add a cheese pool. If you don't have Munster, you can use mozzarella. They basically will do the same thing. And then I'm going to just mix this well until the cheese melts in. Into my roux, I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of sour cream. This is not traditionally in roux mac and cheese, but it is really good. You're going to have to trust me. I said I'm going to learn you something today, okay? And then I'm going to go in to make it look really cheesy. About half a packet of the sazon with saffron. Okay, this is mostly for the color. No, it does not taste like sazon in your mac and cheese, but it does add a flavor enhancement, and because it is orange, it will make it look super cheesy. Y'all gonna have to trust me on this, okay? This vegeta is really delicious. I am loving this stuff because it adds that flavor enhancement, but it doesn't have the chicken flavor that I'm not looking for in a mac and cheese. I'm going to put in some white pepper as well as a little bit of garlic powder. And you really just season it to taste. And y'all, you have a really delicious cheese sauce. You must try this, okay? Now, please, in the comments, let me know if you have been enjoying this recipe and these recipes. Please let me know if you want more full meals or if you want me to do more individual meals and what you like. I thank everyone who's been subscribing and commenting their wonderful comments. I just love all of you. I just love this audience that God has brought me, and I'm so thankful for you all. Now, I know you're going to see that the sauce looks a little loose. Don't worry about that. It is going to thicken up in the oven, all right? I'm going to go in with some of that Munster cheese on top, but you can put any cheese that you like on the top to bake this, and I'm going to pop this in at 375 for about 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, I wanted my sauce to be a little bit thicker, so I just covered it up and I cooked it for an additional 10 minutes, and then my mac and cheese was absolutely perfect. While this mac and cheese has been cooking, I've been working on the yellow rice. This is going to be some of the best yellow rice you have had. Go ahead and throw in about a tablespoon of butter and about 1/4 cup of a chopped onion. We're going to saute that for about a minute and then go in with 3 cloves of minced garlic, a bay leaf, and also some of this Sazon Tropical, which you guys know that I love, as well as a little bit of turmeric, which is going to actually make it yellow. And I'm going to toast this for about 30 seconds, and then I'm going to add in some Toneys. I'll be using the Toneys the same way I might use some salt. I have washed 2 cups of jasmine rice, and I'm going to allow it to toast. Toasting the rice brings out the aroma. It also gives it a really nice flavor, and I'm going to toast this until essentially the water around it that has been rinsed, what I used to rinse the rice, is dried up, and that's going to take about 3 minutes. It should also take on this nice, beautiful golden color. Then I will go in with 2 bouillon cubes that I've dissolved in some water, as well as about 3 cups of water, which should be enough to cook the rice. I will stir this and taste it for salt and seasoning, and then I'll cover and cook this for about 20 minutes on the lowest heat. Once it is done, guys, this is going to be some of the best yellow rice you've had. Forget about Zatarain's yellow rice. No, honey. This is how you do some yellow rice. Now, for our last dish, we have the black-eyed peas and collard greens. So I have onion, bacon. You can use turkey bacon, though. Better than bouillon, 2 cans of black-eyed peas. And this is some garden kale and collard greens mixed together, as well as some more of the salt-free Cajun seasoning. And y'all know some Toneys now. Okay, now we're going to start out with sauteing the bacon just for about 2 minutes until it's a little soft. Then go ahead and toss in that onion and let that cook together for about 2 to 3 more minutes until most of the fat is rendered from the bacon. Putting your salt-free Cajun seasoning as well as that Toneys. Cook that together for just about 30 seconds. And then we're going to go in with our black-eyed peas. I actually don't drain it. I know some of y'all get paranoid and freaked out by the starch, but there's actually a lot of nutrients in there, so I prefer not to drain it. But if you want to, you can just add a little bit of extra water to it and put a little bit of extra better than bouillon to get that flavor back. But I really like the thickness that the starch from the can adds. It adds a lot of flavor. I'm going to season this up with about a teaspoon of better than bouillon. And I'll be using the Toneys, and I'll just get it until it's the taste that I like. I'll simmer this for about 3 minutes, and then I'm going to put in my collard greens. Now, these are not super leathery. These actually cooked in just about 10 minutes, especially when you have those spring collard greens. They're more tender. If you have some leathery collard greens, then you probably should cook them a little bit longer, all right? Honey, this meal is just one for the books, baby. You're going to have to make this meal. It's so easy, and mostly it's hands off considering, the chicken is just cooking for a long time in the oven. These collard greens and black-eyed peas are so nutritious and delicious. And y'all, this is going to go perfectly with the cornbread that I just showed you how to make. I will link that video for you guys. I hope you all know that I love you and Jesus loves you. I pray that you all will continue to look to him for guidance and help, especially in this season. I pray that all of you guys will just be getting through everything that you're going through in life and that you guys will be blessed. I'll see you next time at Camirra's Kitchen. Goodbye.